non-binary pals. Hello, and welcome to another episode of War of the Shattered Sun. I am your humble Dumbo Master for the evening, the one and only Pooty Pastry, the farting tart. We are... well, you may have noticed we didn't have a session last week. That is because I was feeling the not-so-good icky bads. But we are back this week, and we are here to have a good time. Hello, friends.
Yay.
I shouldn't have given you that voodoo doll.
Now, CG is the one who is feeling bad. Feeling the bad.
I sound way worse than I am, but it's still tough to talk.
With that,
Actually, we found out that my partner had the type A flu.
Let's go.
Yeah, without even knowing it, so...
Yeah, I caught a real bad sinus infection last weekend. That was fun. So I am still in the very, very slight recovery phase, and that on occasion I have to hawk up a lung. Hawk to up a lung. So if you hear me doing that, know that I am fine. I am just trying not to gargle on my own spit, my own grossness. So yeah, but hello, we're here. We are missing a person. We are missing Punk. Punk is currently cleaning up an accident at home. So she should be here in just a few minutes. But we are going to go ahead and get started. Also, we have a special announcement. Because we haven't announced it on this one yet. Hey, J Frost. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Do you want to announce any, cool or crazy things that have happened in your life as of late? Smile.
I mean, I did find this really nice nickel. I'm gonna name him Philip.
Yo, let's go.
But yeah, hi. Through the miracle of something, it is with great honor I get to announce I'm a dad! Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie!
Yeah, he is. Yo, that guy right there, that guy fucks. That guy is fucks.
So what I'm hearing is we officially got the 3 Dadsketeers.
Well, according to the last conversation, apparently it's 2, because fuck River.
I fucking misspoke. Kiss my ass, dog boy.
Yes. J Frost and Krista are expecting. It's very exciting. Congratulations, my friends.
Thank you!
Yes.
And the dad jokes have already started flowing.
Yeah, how fucking, thematic that we ended last session on a dad joke, and now you're pregnant.
Wait, Frost is pregnant? Congrats.
Yes,
man, that's a lot of... I mean, shout outs to modern medicine at that point.
Yeah,
fuck,
right?
I didn't know you were part seahorse.
I just realized, oh my god, that literally did fucking happen.
Yeah, it sure did. That was not planned, as you can imagine. It just really kind of was convenient and ended up that way.
Oh my fucking Christ.
Did you not realize that? Did you really not notice that?
I didn't think about it. I was kind of in shell shock for the first 10 minutes after getting told, hey, you're a dad now. And I'm just like,
you're a dad.
I had AOL dial-up coming on my fucking...
You're a dad. Boogie, woogie, woogie. In reference to our other big joke from the server.
Oh god, I fucking... Christ on a bike.
Alrighty. Well, my friends, it is Sunday. You know what that means. WrestleMania. Hey, we're dating ourselves. No. It's time for D&D. Go ahead and roll your test rolls for today, my friends.
Okie dokie.
Oh, River!
Oh.
That was heartbreaking to watch.
Man,
On the day of Weed Jesus.
Yeah, shout out to Weed Jesus, by the way. The blunt
Let's
has
go,
risen.
Weed Jesus.
I got a 2, I got a 1, 17, 13, and a 4. Oh, so hi, Punk.
Hello.
Punk, quick, roll your test roll. We're just getting started.
I did.
Oh, you sure did. You know
That's
what?
my
I
4.
counted 5, and I didn't for a moment fucking think about, hey, there are 5 rules. Hello. Yes. All right, my friends. Let us go ahead and get started. I need some music after this. I need a good one. Is this the one I want? No. I want... fuck it. We'll go with Old Reliable. This one never lets me down. Deep beneath the streets of Paradigm, Exilia Regalia has made their way into the dense underground structure known as the Labyrinth. Deep below, a ritual is being conducted to harness the power of an eclipse between the sun and the 2 moons, Lunas and Cardera, a meridian union. The party continued their confrontation against Asha Vandara and her greatest project, Project Bison. Mechanical constructs that emulated the strength and power of one Aegeus Sionis, Rovan's father. But an unexpected player entered the encounter as Aegis Sionis himself, having been freed by the prison team, rushed his way down and interfered on the party's behalf. Alongside Aegis Sionis, the party defeated Project Bison and managed to actually talk down Asha without the need of spilled blood. An in-depth conversation followed, revealing the true nature of the Orien, the Drow, and what Asha's role in this extensive story was. Unfortunately for all parties, the intervention of one Marissa Eberhardt resulted in the releasing of the containment protocols, keeping the many Orien subjects at bay. Asha, seemingly having a change of heart following her conversation with the party, offered to remain and make sure that the Orien did not leave this place and flood the streets above. Aegis, in a final act of atonement, shared a final moment with his son before taking up arms to protect Asha. The party has now moved on from the containment wing and now moves on to the west wing of this floor of the labyrinth. Corvin, as you lag behind momentarily to ensure that Rovan is following you as he was caught up in some final words from his father, you look into your now filled hand at an object given to you by Asha, a necklace, a medallion of sorts, one you have seen before, or at least you've seen one similar to this before. A fragment of a dragon's claw, encased in a thin layer of crystallized blood, a sign of allegiance to the Hellfire Assembly, a badge of honor for the Blood Talons, and a key to the lowest levels of the labyrinth.
He will kind of like inspect it, kind of like look at it for like a brief moment, just kind of show it off to like the rest of the group. I believe this is our key down into the lower levels. Definitely making it a lot easier.
Good. Ease of access is what we're going to need.
Let's just hope that I just hope that if this is a sacrifice, it's not in vain. He will kind of like look down towards the where they left and just try and have a little bit of hope that Asha and oh my fucking god, Aegis are doing well.
We are walking away from another fight, but we still get our own wounds. How is everyone holding up?
me actually pull up your friends here.
Above Game Corbin's fine. He's little. He's not worse for wear, but he's above half.
Alabastrom is a little worse for wear. Alabastrom is currently sitting just short of half health. And then let me see.
Lily has
Diana-
overlapped.
Diana and Cedric. Cedric's got some wounds, but he is, in the grand scheme, he is doing fine. Diana also has pretty minor wounds as well.
You said Lily's not doing so hot?
No, I'm over half.
I could use some healing. I took a spank.
You and me both. I'm just under half, so... I'll just pop one of these while we're walking. I'll dump, if it's alright, 60 into Rovan and 60 into myself. As we are healing up and moving and walking, what does the immediate area look like?
Real quick, I just want to confirm, you said 60 to Rovan, 60 to Lily, or to yourself?
Myself. I took a
Yourself.
pretty harsh beating.
Okay. Just confirming for my own calculations. And then I'm also just peeking on Diana real quick. Okay. Diana, while you guys are here, is just because some folks are healing up. Corey, how are you looking again? You said you're okay?
I got smacked, but I'm not even at half. I'm trying to gauge. Ooh. Five, 6.
5 out of 6. Okay. Then Diana, just while y'all are here, is going to just drop a second level Cure Wounds on Cedric, just because he's taken a little bit of a beating. That is not supposed to... that is supposed to be max on the higher level casting. That is fine. I might have messed that up. Hold on, let me fix that.
Whoops, doodles.
No, it did a 1d8. Cool. What
Lily
if
still needs
I
a little
just-
something, right? I can drop a healing word.
Let me, real quick, let me just do this one again. Well, it didn't... Fuck, hold on. That time it didn't proc. Whatever, I know simple math. It would be 24.
Flit, how you looking?
It'd be 25, actually.
After the 60, I just dumped into myself better.
Alright. Do you still need a little bit more? Because I can drop an aura of vitality and then just burn up
Put some
Gotcha.
into Lily, I think.
Alright.
You can top me up with extra if you need, but I'm like 40 away.
I'll
They
expend
get
aura.
6 back.
I'll expend a aura of vitality while we're walking to kind of top off and I'll heal up Lily as well.
Okay.
So I'll put. I don't know how much time it would be. So
You'll have the full minute. So you'd be the 120 total.
okay, so I'll dump. Let me just make sure I can do some simple math here. I'll dump 50 into myself.
Okay.
Uh,
So 70 left.
yes. Lily, how much of do you need?
I'm sitting at 148 right now, so out of 215, so I'm about 68%.
Okay, so
148 out of what? 216.
215.
215.
215 minus 148.
That would be
Okay, so-
67. So
All right.
if you
I'll
want
pour-
to, you could fully heal up Lily and still have 3 left over.
Yeah, and I'll give it to whoever might need just a little bit. And while we're going, I'll expend 1 harness divine power. Kind of burn up one of.
Burn up to regain that 3rd level.
Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of simplicity, you can give it to Diana, Cedric. I think Flit, you're still missing a little bit, or are you fully up now?
Yeah, I'm still listening a little bit.
I'll give it to Flit.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
only
that'll
3,
basically
but
put me up to
it's-
full.
Excellent, excellent. As you guys are taking this moment, and you're beginning to head down this hallway, similar to the ones you saw on the eastern wing of, or on the direct other side of the containment wing, Cedric begins to step forward, and he calls in for a report on all your subsequent operations. All right, teams, let's get some good news going. Could really use it right now. And it isn't very long before a myriad of messages begin to flow through your minds. Status reports, updates. First starts with Amos from the Disruptors. You got eyes on our target. Moving in. About to remove a thorn in your side, Canthmore. Canthmore follows this. Ha! Yeah, you do that. Meanwhile, we've just finished taking the northern quarter. We now occupy most of the city, moving to secure what's left. Cassius replies to this. That's his way of saying thank you. We're following close behind. Any civilians that haven't been rallied up will be soon. The next one that follows is from Theon. Theon here. We've disabled the bell tower. The bell was made of adamantine and infused with meridium. On top of that, it was enchanted with high-level enchantment magic. Every time it rang, it would create an effect that would charm those on the surface who would hear its chime. Slowly, over time. This likely wasn't mind control. Seems more plausible that this would make it easier for the cult to win over the hearts and minds of the people here, causing them to become loyal and devoted. This is followed by a message from Druilla, actually. Now that you say that, it seems that they've been more cooperative in the passing few minutes. I'll be glad to get them out of harm's way. These people don't deserve this. Following this is one from Reno from Orient Deterrent. Well, that is certainly why we're here. Even if our help still puts them in harm's way, we're still planting sentries charges. Should be done in a few minutes. And then finally, you get one from Nicholas from the Project Returnal team. Same here. Garrett and Ariana really saved our bacon. We dealt with the 11th Arbiter and have secured the lab. We're working on dismantling it now, but it is essentially out of the picture. Cedric kind of giving a moment of pause before replying back. Great work, everyone. We'll soon be heading down to the 5th level of the labyrinth. Keep it up. And then he kind of, as you guys are taking this moment to breathe and regain hit points, he turns back to you, Rovan. He says, "Hey, you good?"
Ravon's kind of just stands stone-faced as he's walking along going, "We'll worry about my problems later. For now, we deal with the threats at hand."
He'll nod. So for my note takers, the big things to note from this round of updates. 1, the Bell Tower team is finished. They have done what they came here to do. They're done. So they are done alongside the prison team. Project Returnal, that team, while they aren't finished, they are at a point of completion where they can physically no longer fail, and will be finishing shortly. So you now have 3 teams with completed objectives: the prison team, the Bell team, and Project Returnal. As you guys continue walking, this hallway seems to extend for easily 100, 120 feet, maybe even more. It's very lengthy. As you're walking, Nexus turns to you, Rovan. Rovan? I'm sorry about your father. I know that on the surface, it seems like he hurt a lot of people. He probably hurt you as well. But I don't think he was a bad man. I think he just wanted to help.
Ravon will nod, and he'll kind of just pat Nexus's head gently. We all make mistakes. I just pray that he has not made too many. Until we get this situation done, I am still operating on the fact that he is alive. And that everything will at least be alright.
He'll nod, and he'll kind of put a comforting hand on your side. His hands only go up so high. He is very short and you are very tall.
He is small boy.
But the words do give you a little bit of comfort. A little bit of reassurance as to the fate of your father.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys continue on down, we go to about 2 minutes go by from the time you guys start to the time you guys reach the end of this hallway. And as you enter the West Wing proper, you can see, standing some distance away, there are 2 figures, both science-y looking types. One of them's wearing a lab coat, the other wearing this deep black, red and gold jacket, coat, whatever you want to call it. It's not really studious gear like you would see traditionally, but you figure it probably has some sort of purpose. Maybe it's insulated or something. His back is turned, and you can see he has this very... It's weird. It's equally put together as it is unkempt. This very small mane of admittedly pretty greasy black hair. You can see he has a brace on one leg that goes all the way up from the hip down to the ankle. It actually connects with his boot at a couple intervals, and he is leaned on one side holding a black and gold cane. He is looking down, his back's to you, but you can see he's looking at what looks like a similar tablet to what Asha had previously. And as he's looking at this, the other scientist seems to be speaking to him. For those of you with higher passive perceptions, or for those of you who can read lips, Corey, it looks like he's giving an update on operations going on. He's saying a lot of things that don't immediately make sense to you until you kind of take in the whole picture. They're scientists, maybe even doctors or inventors.
Nerds. Scholars.
The words you guys make out are from the scientists. Dr. Weaver, here are the reports you requested. And the doctor in question, the man in the black coat, Dr. Weaver, is holding the tablet in his open hand, still leaning on his cane. And after a few moments, he speaks, but his voice is layered, almost muffled, like someone wearing a face covering or a mask of some sort. It's almost hollow in a way. Good. Looks like things are proceeding better than we expected. Continual operations is normal. As he offers the tablet back to the scientist in question. The scientist, "Hi, Nug!" Sorry, my dog came in.
Poppy.
I'm just assuming that the scientist is a very fluffy Chow Chow looking. God, what was that race called again, Tar?
He may or may now be a Lupin, just for funsies.
Lupin, thank you.
I should probably release that that official race that I put up. I think some people might get a kick out of that. Anyways. Where was I? Oh, the scientist taking back the tablet and kind of nodding in agreement. He kind of looks past the doctor in question and looks to your group. And you can see a bit of fear overcomes him. Dr. Weaver, they're here. And the Dr. Weaver in question turns and he looks to your group. And this before you is the man that you see.
Ugh.
His hair is... What's up?
That has a whole lot of mad scientist vibe to him.
Like, I look at this and I immediately think, hey, Corvo, can you kill this guy to free your girlfriend's daughter or whatever? I forgot the game's name.
I can see it.
It's just the mask, the mark on his hand.
Yeah, no, I see it.
This man is a blue color scheme away from talking to us about the glorious evolution.
As he looks to you, he kind of looks over your group. His expression is hard to make out with his fully encased face, but you can see his eyes methodically, like, pointing each one of you out. So let's listen. And he'll turn back to the scientist in question. Go. No, what are you whining at, buddy? Do you see something out there?
Or will be telling the group as she makes these, deductions? I don't know. Observations.
You guys are at the point where you have come up close enough to where you can all see and make out this individual. In fact, now, at this stage, I can actually pull up our map of the West Wing. Y'all will be located in the, not quite the bottom most right corner, but a little bit above that. A little bit over halfway down the page, on the right side. As he turns to the scientist and tells him to go, the scientist looks to Dr. Weaver. Doctor? It's all right. Go. And the scientist, seemingly in a bit of a scramble, begins to take off down in one direction. As Dr. Weaver slowly begins to limp his way towards your group. I'll admit, I'm surprised to see you made it this far. I suppose Lady Vandara is no longer with us.
That is for us to know and you to possibly never find out.
I see. Well, allow me to introduce myself then. My name is Dr. Carter Weaver. You could call me a novice here of the operations down here. So, what does that make you then? Heroes? Executioners?
We prefer the term liberators.
There is not much change in his body language as he says that. Liberators. An apt term, I suppose you could call it, yes. At this stage, if your group wants to move up, we're kind of out of initiative in the midst of those conversations. So if you want to move up a little bit, feel free to do so. Those of you who with longer ranges of sight, you may notice on the far end, the scientist you saw before going up to one of the doors, and it quickly, like the doors you saw before, it opens up. And he vanishes into the room.
Wait, do we see which door
I
he goes
can't
into,
see.
or?
You can't see?
No, it's black.
Hold on.
Try zooming out and going towards the center of the map.
Hold on. You should be able to see now.
Now I can see.
I'm sorry.
I was like, I
okay.
could see
I made
the
Corey
circle where
blind.
Flit, I think it was Flit pinged. And
Yeah.
it was a circle in black.
Your vision was not enabled. I apologize. I'm also seeing Diana's wasn't enabled, which I guess that doesn't matter. Because I don't need Diana to see. But everyone should be able to see.
Yeah.
The question for which door it was this door. You'll probably have to zoom out. This door way down here.
I see it. What's it look like?
The door?
Is that what Flit was asking?
No, Corvin was wondering which door it was on. The guy
Okay,
disappeared
sorry.
into. Some of you also looking around, you'll also notice that, similarly to the halls you saw before, with the meridium that seems to be outlining the walls in here, there are these thicker lamps that glow blue that give this residual ambiance to the chamber itself. They almost seem more like almost like emergency lighting in a way. They're pulsing a bit brighter than the ambient light that goes throughout here. But I believe, Flit, you said something to Dr. Weaver?
So, what are you planning? You're approaching us, you're assuming that we are hostile. I'm guessing that you have a plan of some sort, something you're about to do.
On the contrary, I have made no such accusations as to your character. I do not see any... Well, And he'll kind of look down at his cane that he's wielding and his brace. I see no tactical advantage to assaulting you at this time. As he begins to cough, and he almost buckles over for a second before firmly grasping the mask on his face, and there is a release of steam from the corners, or air steam, and it seems to give him a bit of a reprieve as he's able to breathe once again. My apologies. My condition makes conversation difficult.
Well, then don't let us hold you up. We will be on our way.
He sort of stands there for a moment. He looks to his right, and then to his left, then back to his right. Not all of us are blind to what lies beyond Paradigm's walls. He kind of looks down at the ground at his feet, almost embarrassed in a way. I lead a team of 13 brilliant minds from all across the realm. There are even more here in the other wings. If you'll indulge me with just a simple question.
One
it is. Most of us here, not the soldiers above, but us, most of them conscripted against their will. The cult has us design weapons, magic items, all sorts of things for them to use. Things that they use to kill and to persecute. Does that make us evil if we have no say?
Can I insight him?
Sure.
Me too.
Sure.
Same.
inside.
Anyone who wants insight. He, at this moment, also takes one
Not
more
one.
step forward.
14.
21.
Also 21.
Corvin, there's something about this guy that isn't sitting right with you. Everyone up to this point has tried to kill you. Why would this guy be any different? The rest of you, he seems uneasy. Not necessarily at the presentation of your group or the threat that you may possibly bring to him, but almost like he's... What's the word I'm thinking of? I'm looking for. Almost like he's calculating. He's weighing his options. He's looking for answers. Answers to a question that he doesn't think he can answer on his own. And more than that, he seems anxious.
Does he seem like he's stalling?
Yes, but also no. There is something about the way he's presenting himself in this moment, and this will be for those of you who got the higher checks. There's something presenting in his presentation in this moment that you think almost, it's almost like he's trying to protect you from something.
What was the question that he asked, if you don't mind me asking for a repeat on that one?
does that make us evil if we have no control? The people down here, they would love to return home to their normal lives, though most have forgotten what that was like. And he kind of shifts onto one side a bit. And now that you guys have been kind of viewing his person a bit more observantly, a bit more extensively, there is something about the way the shape of his body kind of doesn't work out. He's got not quite a hunchback, but like around the square of his back, it's a bit more bulbous. It bulges a little bit, with abnormally so. It's almost like he's wearing something under the jacket on his back. Maybe like if you were to take like a backpack and then put the jacket over it, it doesn't look right. But at the same time, it's not. If he's trying to hide something, he's doing a bad job of it. Though most of us have forgotten what that was like, we have been here for too long. Those who try to leave or rebel have their memories altered by the Assembly. Others are legally dead, or would-be prosecuted by those in their homelands. Again, as he seems to have to gasp for air, and there is, as you guys look at him more and more, as he does it the second time, there is more of a release of steam from the mask. There is actually a bit of billowing that comes from under the jacket. Like there's more parts to him than just the mask.
This... Actually, no, I'm gonna retract that thought. He probably wouldn't have enough evidence to make any kind of knowledge on that. Corbin would... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Corbin was just gonna ask him a question, but I think we were on the exact same page. So go ahead, CJ.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that was a yielding the floor.
Nah, I worded that weird. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So Flood's just gonna look to him and just gonna be like, well, I'm not exactly one to know about morality, but I do know that everyone deserves a second chance. I forgave my most and arguably only hated person in the world. And I don't think that death is an appropriate way of redemption. That answers your question.
Was it Elrock making you do it?
Kind of points.
He kind of chuckles a little bit. Anything you could say is likely responsible for my purpose here. What I am doing, what I do.
Which was?
As I said, I oversee operations here. My people who don't know, they make weapons, magic items, or things for the Assembly to use. Look. And he kind of steadies himself once more. I know better than to stand in your way. We are non-combatants, scientists, doctors. So, if you will allow, I must ask you a question.
Believes we only agreed on the one question.
Another. Give us something good, Doctor, and maybe we will.
Do you truly believe you can stop what is coming? What the Grey Lady seeks to unleash?
In some crazy, nonsensical way,
Damn good
yes. We have. I mean, everything that we've gone through over the past year or two has been leading up to this moment, and if we're not ready to do this, and if we don't believe that we are ready to face her, especially with insurmountable odds being stacked against us every second, we wouldn't be here talking to you right now.
He begins nodding as you come to the back half of that answer. I am no fool, nor am I the thrall of some greater authority. I am a man of science. And science dictates that you certainly believe that you can stop her. And that is sufficient enough for me.
May I insight him one more time just to see if he's like if he believes if his words are anywhere believable.
Roll insight.
And any of us, or just Corbin?
Anyone.
20.
Damn it, 13.
6.
Sorry, the whistle for some reason got me.
Oh, that was adorable,
Well.
sir. We're not laughing at you.
Ravon, do you want to roll, or are you abstaining this go around?
Yeah, I'll roll. Didn't want to interrupt.
No, you're
Sorry. That's one.
good. Bro, this guy's fucking yapping. That's Corvin. Or not Corvin, that's Ravon in this moment. This guy's fucking yapping.
Internally, oh my god, shut up and let us pass so we can kill the bad guys.
He... trying to think of a way to answer. He is... in a way, it's almost like he's deducing your group. He is gathering information on you. A little bit is to sate his own curiosity. But he's also looking for an answer to a question different than the ones he's presented. And at that, seemingly satisfied, he will hobble over to the spot here, and he will gesture the way forward to your group. The quickest way to make your way down to the 5th levels, take the next right. And he'll kind of nod to you down this way. Have any of you obtained the charms that the Talons carry?
Yes, we have one of their tokens.
Good. You'll need it. Well, don't dally.
Flitt's gonna move forward, giving a non-existent eyebrow to Dr. Carter Weaver, while ultimately taking it and moving in stride.
As your group begins to pass one by one, he stands there. As each
Car
one
will
of
also
you
give you
pass,
eyebrow
as each one of you
for
passes.
the Flit kit, one kit give.
What?
For the eyebrow, Flit can't give. Or
Oh.
we'll give an extra one.
As each one of
Just
you
a sec.
passes, he, with both hands on his cane, he kind of does a little head bow to each of you.
As Corvin passes, he will kind of look towards the doctor and say, Ramos. Remorse is what separates if you know you're doing good, or if what you are doing is not for the sake of the betterment of the world. And he will just kind of like pass right by him.
As you begin to pass, you hear him mutter, "Fine answer." If you'll go ahead and just stop there, Flit, that's okay. Just to
Will
make
do.
sure everyone is able to catch up. I need just Rovan and Lily to make their way along. So again, you guys are coming to this corner that Flit just rounded. You guys wasting no more time.
Hey, Dart.
Hey, what's up?
Question.
Answer.
While I'm passing that one guy, could I proc a divine sense on him?
Sure.
Just to see if, like, there's anything off about what he's suffering from?
There is nothing that you pick up from him using your divine sense. He is flesh and blood, seemingly human, no undead or fiendish nature behind him. He is but a man, a doctor.
Alright.
As you're the last one to go by, Rovan, he will say to you, "Good luck. And please, if you see any of my people, please take care. That is all I ask."
Ravon will nod. Get to safety.
No way is safe here, my friend. But I will try my best. As you guys begin to round the corner, you can see that there is another door to your left and to your right. Corvin, you kind of begin remembering the layout of the floor plans here. You know that this wing is mostly dedicated to science, mostly. It's the science wing. It's not Elroc's private lab that you would see on the floor above, but it's more for general use. As Dr. Weaver said, you know that this wing is usually used for the construction of magic items, weapons, and who knows what else, truly. But you also know north from this point takes you up to your way to get down to the 5th level of the labyrinth. So, at this juncture, the conversation with Dr. Weaver took a few minutes, but nothing staggering. We'll call it a safe and even. We'll call it 3 minutes. We'll call it 4 minutes, methinks. Not quite a 5-minute banger, but he did dally you guys for just a few minutes. As you guys continue north, we'll say that the next minute is spent getting you guys up north, which I just moved you all, so nobody panic.
Panicking.
So just adjusting the round timer on my end. As you guys continue northward, Corvin, you looking forward, you can see at the end of the hall is a door. A great iron door, something unlike what you guys have seen thus far. It's not going to be on the map, so don't bother looking for it. But as you guys continue on forward to a more extensive hallway, I would like to know, who is at the back of the group? Obviously, we have your tokens there, but realistically, in terms of quote-unquote marching order, who would be in the back?
Flit would be at the front.
Corbin would
I'd
probably
be
in
right
the...
behind. Sorry, what?
Corbin would probably be in the, like, near back, but not the full back.
I would have figured it would have been the big lion in the back, but
Oh, unfortunately, he can't.
yeah. I guess it'd be me.
Okay. Sorry, I'm pulling nugget here out of my mouth. Lily, as you guys are approaching ever so closer to this door, this great door at the end of this hall, you hear with your passive perception, back the way you came, you hear the sounds of a scuffle. You hear what sounds like body hit floor. And you hear the sounds of voices. You can't quite make out what they're saying, but you can hear them. 2 voices. One stern and angry. The other sounds like Dr. Weaver. What do you do?
Sorry, you said
I
it
can't
sounds
make
like...
out what's
Sorry, go
being said.
What was that, River?
I said, I can't make out what's being said.
You can't make out what's being said, but you do hear the voices. Corbin, what was your question?
You said we heard Dr. Weaver on the other side of the door, or on... that's just down the hall?
Back the way you came. Lily
Okay.
hears the sounds of a scuffle, what sounds like a body hitting the floor, and then 2 voices, one of them being Dr. Weaver's, the other being a deeper, angrier voice.
Lily will say something. Lily's just kind of speaks up. I think someone's in there. There's some kind of scuffle going on back there.
Flit's going to look back. Going to look at everyone for a half second. And unless anyone stops her, she's going to start making her way back.
Koi doesn't want Flit to be alone.
Real quick before everyone starts moving, because it sounds like you guys are going to start heading back, and I just want to confirm that before I move y'all's tokens, because in this circumstance I plan to move y'all.
That's my plan. At the very least, to
Lily
scope
will
out what's happening.
always- Yeah. If anything, at least Lily will go with to scope it out.
Is anyone opting not to go back?
I'm tempted, but
So I'm going to, right now, I'm going to put Corey and Flit together because they are heading back. Lily's heading back. Diana and Cedric will go with the majority. As well as Alabastrom.
What are you feeling, Joe?
I don't know. I'm still mulling it over. Probably gonna hang back.
And the decision is yours, Rovan.
Hey. So if we head back, we're basically just what? Going to I'm just trying to weigh options here.
I just want to check on the dude.
Or whoever hit the floor. Because it sounds like he didn't hit the floor, or if, I don't know, someone.
It is
someone did.
unsure as of this moment.
I'm gonna be real, considering mental state and everything else, Rovan is not going back. It is, to him, he's wanting to push forward.
Okay. Then Rovan and Corvin are heading back. Or are hanging back. I am going to roll for your 3 NPCs to see who goes where. So I'll start with Cedric. Cedric is gonna hang back. He's in the same boat as you, Rovan. Diana is going to go with, but she is going to request Alabastrom to stay back. Splitting the party. Oh boy.
Good luck.
Indeed. Let me set the scene a little bit. I need to mainly change the music because we've been on this one for a while. This one, the big and loud and scary. No, that works perfectly. As Flit, Lily, Corey, and Diana, you begin to make your way back. The four of you, funny enough, I think the four of you who have the highest passives, which is pretty funny, you begin to hear the sound of voices. You hear a voice that you heard earlier on this floor. The voice of the 12th Arbiter.
You disappoint me, Doctor. Is the glory gained in helping Our Lady defeat her enemies not enough for you?
And it seems that Dr. Weaver is definitely the one on the victim's side of this scuffle, this confrontation, as it sounds like he is being choked or being held at point or something.
I have done everything you asked, you and your lady, and yet you let her greatest enemies walk down into her inner sanctum. You are supposed to lead them to me! Lead them to you, and you use the weapon I built to destroy them, yes. And I am well aware, but here's the thing. I do not answer to silverback scale dog.
There's a pause, and it is around this time that you guys begin to turn the corner.
And yet, letting them waltz on through was not the worst mistake you made today.
And as you guys round the corner, you look just in time to see the 12th Arbiter having Dr. Weaver up with one arm, grasping at his face just as you round the corner. He, with a bit of effort, clinches down, and the mask on Dr. Weaver's face buckles and bends inward. There's the rapid as air begins to hiss out from it, and Dr. Weaver and he is released and drops to the floor. Now, beginning to crawl away and grasping at the mask on his face, his cane has been thrown to the side. 12th Arbiter looks to your group.
Well, this is a welcome surprise indeed. If I had known that harming the handicapped would have brought you to me, I would have done that to begin with. Fine. Always liked a challenge anyway.
Hey, gang.
I want to smack him!
You're gonna get the chance. As the 12th Arbiter, Alterum, the Dragonborn clad in iron armor, he brings his hand down, and there is a pulse of magic, or maybe some sort of arcane force that emanates from him, emanates around him, and raising up in front of you are 3 facsimiles of him, but all spectral in nature, seemingly, as they all appear transparent, each in a different palette of color. One blue, one green, one red. My friends, we get to roll initiative. As y'all, going back to check on Dr. Weaver, have just enabled the side mission for this floor.
Ooh.
Those of you who hung back, you will very quickly realize something's wrong. And you
Thank
will
you.
be able to start making your way back on your turn in initiative.
Good deal, thank you.
So, with that being said, I need to add Dr. Weaver to initiative as well. Tarum gets a 19 on initiative. And Dr. Weaver gets a 9 on initiative. Hey, Rovan, you go after the handicapped man. The actively dying handicapped man. I am so sorry. Hi, Doug. Alright, gamers. Hi, Nug. Thank you. We start... Actually, let me put some music on. Let me find some good music. Let's go with this one, methinks.
This is kind of a bop.
It is a bop. Alrighty. We start at the top of initiative with Cedric, who, sensing things are going wrong, is going to use his action to dash. And he is going to get to here, but that is all he's going to be able to do. Lily, it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to add his friends to initiative. Hold on. Take your turn as you see fit. Oh, how convenient. That's not going to be confusing at all. Corey, what's your dex modifier?
3.
3? I need to double check this, make sure I'm looking. Yeah, okay, great.
So are these enemies too?
They seem
was
to be
only-
so as they ready themselves to fight back as you approach.
Okay. So 35, and Lily gonna come in stabbing.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
$22.
22 will hit. Roll your damage.
16 radiant.
16. You swipe at this figure, and while your attack does make purchase, as they do seem to stagger, you are very clearly hitting some sort of magical facsimile or something of the sort, as there is no resistance or meat or pressure when you take your swing at this individual. Kind of similarly to how you felt when you fought the dragon several times up to this point, the spectral dragon. But you do seem to make purchase. He does seem to take the damage.
Alright, Lily will keep stabbing. And, can I call out over my shoulder, like, that it's magic? Like, I can feel it hitting, but it still feels magical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Lily just keeps swinging and speaking while she's swinging.
Okay.
Right, we have another 20 radiant. Wrong button. Hello? Thank you. 21.
21 will hit.
There. 18.
Okay. A little bit of math on my end. Okay. You take your 3 swings on the green facsimile of Alterum before you, and your damage does seem to take purchase. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I need to know, my friend, does a 26 hit you?
Yes.
That is... Oh, I have the wrong sheet up. Hold on, sorry. Okay. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the one you just struck reels back and takes an unarmed strike. It smacks you straight in the face. Not, it doesn't smack you, but it punches you straight in the schnoz. They can
You
fight
said
back.
10? You said it was 10 bludgeoning?
10 bludgeoning.
Okay.
That we come to Flit.
Okay, so can I excuse me. Can I get a kind of a vibe of what's going on with the doctor?
Yeah, absolutely. Make me medicine or insight.
Better with medicine. 21.
The apparatus attached to his face, you've seen him have to use it to have his ability to breathe like a normal person. Alterum has fractured it, and it's very similar to when the spaceman's helmet breaks and it starts leaking air. That's what's happening to him.
I see.
The apparatus that allows him to breathe is no longer functioning properly, and he needs help. He's not dead, but he will be if he doesn't get help.
Understood. I think I have the perfect bit of help then.
Okay.
Flit will look to the doctor on a bit of a tough position. And she will go, you posed the question of morality based on actions. I offer you the chance to make your own actions and determine your own morality. And I'm going to cast Polymorph on the doctor.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Very specifically, because a lot of beasts are very dumb. I am going to turn him into a giant ape if he allows me. Because giant ape is smart enough to make its own decisions. If he wants to run, if he wants to fight, that's up to him.
He's currently dying. He'd be foolish not to allow this. He is going to take it, and he's going to... He's now a size huge creature. As there is now a giant ape.
You can go ahead and make me large, by the way. I'm going to use my bonus to wild shape.
Yeah, you are. What are you turning into?
In this instance, I think I'm going to turn into something I haven't before. I think I'm actually going to turn into a water elemental.
Ooh, okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Is that your turn?
I can't believe you're stealing my thing.
I know. What the
That's
fuck?
why I haven't.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
You just, all of a sudden, Corey just turns into Rapunzel. So, Yeah, I'm just gonna hold the line for right now and wait for my opportunity to strike.
Okay. Understood. With that, we go to Alabastrom. Alabastrom's gonna fucking start flying. He's going to come all the way down to here to back up Diana. He's gonna have to use his action to dash. He's going to enter the fray proper. And thus we go to Alterum.
There you are, Doctor. Finally, perhaps I can enjoy this.
As Alterum's going to start swinging on the giant ape. Which, I'll just tell you right now, I see that giant ape, AC. And unless he rolls a nat 1, he will hit him. So that is all I'm rolling at this point.
I mean, Giant Ape's a health tank, so...
Nat 1.
No nat 1s. As he reels back, and there's a surge of thunderous might that courses through Alterum's body as the armor and his body seem to tense as he reels back and swings with unearthly strength on the giant ape. The ape staggers. With the 2 combined strikes, Good Doctor is going to take a total of 35 bludgeoning damage from the 2 attacks together.
Mm-hmm.
And then on his bonus action, he's going to do his finisher, which is going to hit. And then you see with one more strike, he does a bit of a palm strike and sends the giant ape actually scattering backwards. He has to dig his knuckles into the ground to not be completely knocked over as he is knocked back 15 feet. That is going to be Alterum's turn. What's up?
Does he take more damage from that?
He doesn't, actually.
Ah.
And then we come up to the facsimiles, who all happen to be there right next to Lily. Hey, Lily. Hey, friend. Lily, my friend, you're about to take from the combination of these 3 gentlemen. No, they'd be smart to break up their attacks. Lily, you're going to face off against one. The other is going to rush past you and go to Flint. You can make an op attack should you choose.
No, because that'll get rid of my reaction, right?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
That uses my reaction, right?
It would, yes.
Then no.
Okay. And then the other one is going to burst past you and go for Diana. Actually, hold on. Do you have that movement? You do. So, we'll start with the one on you, Lily. He's going to make 4 attacks to hit you. I'm just double checking this. Okay. Cool. Wow. On 4 attacks, highest is a 22.
That meets. So
Okay.
I'm gonna use my reaction to parry.
Okay. This individual before you starts taking very fast, very methodical swings on you. But your short stature gives you a bit of an advantage to avoiding his moves, and you emerge unscathed. We'll go to Flit. Flit, what is your AC again?
19.
19. Wow, they are rolling like hot garbage. One of them is gonna hit you. It's an 18 on the die, so a 26. Flit, you are going to take 12 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make me a con save.
All right, I'll have to make 2 con saves, but I'll start with the one you want from me.
Yes. I need to actually check something.
21.
Cool, it won't matter, but now I'm curious about something. Water elementals. Okay, cool. So you do pass, which is good. You feel one of these strikes hit you square in your core. You feel a surge of lethargy come over your body, but you shrug it off.
Oh. Also, second Constitution save.
Yes, need it for polymorph.
We're good.
You're fine. Okay. Let us go to Diana. Diana does not have great AC. But these guys have been rolling like shit. You know I said that.
Whoa.
Weaponized commentator's curse.
Okay. If you want to woe, you can woe. I'll let you roll. You get the one woe, I think, because it uses your reaction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll let you try to woe the lowest one.
3.
The 3 does cause it to miss. That was what you needed. You needed a 3 or higher. The other 3 attacks will hit. So the good news is that she has resistance to these. But unfortunately, this means, Corey, you will also take some damage. So let me do the first one. So first one is 12. So Corey, you and Diana take 6 on the first. I don't know why. Oh, okay. I guess I never got rid of this. Whoops. Second is the second is minimum damage. So Corey, you and Diana are going to both take 2. And then the third, Corey, you and Diana are both going to take 5. So I believe that's a total of what? 13 damage?
Probably. I didn't count the total as we named it off. I was subtracting.
Yeah. The bad part is now Diana has to make 3 Constitution saving throws. Actually, can I do? Wow, there's just nothing. This is why I shouldn't use custom stat blocks and just make my own, because if you see things, I'm like, wow, that's a little broken. There's nothing to stop them from just doing this over and over again. Why am I rolling this here when I could just roll on my thing? Alright, Diana. Okay, well, good start for Diana. As Diana takes this flurry of strikes, she too is overcome with this wave of lethargy. Diana is stunned.
Oh, goody.
She technically does make the other attacks have advantage, but I'm not going to bother with that because I've already rolled all of them. That is going to be the 3 of them. And we're going to come up to Corey.
Hey, I spy with my little eye something dick-shaped that I would like removed.
Every trans person.
Ha.
Not every trans person, but you get what I'm trying to say.
He's gonna take a weapon.
He's going to take a weapon.
My Astrovs probably went down, right?
Yes.
Cool. So, regular. 16.
16. Hold on, I've lost the sheet. 16 does not hit, unfortunately.
28.
28 does hit.
9 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then a third. 24.
24 will hit.
14 bludgeoning.
Excellent.
Turn.
Okay. I'm doing math. Great. At the end of your turn, the one in front of you, he's going to use... Hold on. Okay, yeah. He is going to take the dodge action. I have a thing for this, so I guess I'll just do that. Say he's got the dodge action up. And with that, we come to Corvin. Corvin, you're beginning to see a fight break out down at the end of the hall where you guys just came from.
Let's see here. 40 feet. Yeah, by these doors here. Moving 40 feet down. Oh, that's too far. Ah, I see. Getting closer and seeing Big Flit, I'm just going to dash another 40. There.
Don't forget, you guys were close to Rovan.
Yeah, you get an extra 10 feet.
Oh,
That's
right.
true.
So 5, 10, and then I would probably lose it here. Yeah, I get towards the end of the hallway. Here. Ugh. Oh, that's harrowing. Green guy, bonus action, vicious mockery.
Vicious Mock, okay. That is a wisdom save.
Yes, a foot thin. Ooh, pretty good damage.
And he fails. He will take the 14 damage.
As well as disadvantage on his next attack.
Correct.
That do be turn.
Okay. I need to find a different token. We'll go with this. Oh wait, what am I doing? I always use the purple token for that. Idiot. With that, we go to Diana. Hey, Diana. Let's say until the end of his next turn. Damn, that's unfortunate. Well, we go to Dr. Weaver. Monkey. Once we hit the end of this round, by the way, we will be taking a bio break. So that will be momentarily.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Understood.
Giant Ape. I have to make a check for Dr. Weaver. Dr. Weaver. With this newfound power, and with your words seemingly resounding through him, Flit, you see rushing from back around the corner. As two large fists come down to meet the 12th Arbiter. Damn, that's unfortunate.
Double whiff.
Yeah. As he leaps out from around the corner, and the two hands, boom, buckle down on the 12th Arbiter, cracking the floor under him, and he just holds up his arms and bears it with this undeniable strength. Unfortunately, that is all Dr. Weaver can do. We come to Rovan at the end of the round.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And we're still under the effect of that one thing that increases our movement speed, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. 45, 50.
Hit
It's all my movement.
You're not gonna dash?
You know, I'll dash.
Okay.
40. Oh. What in the actual fuck? I'm gonna look towards Flit. Or what I can only hope is Flit.
Do you speak Primordial?
No.
I do.
Flit's gonna try and say, the ape's the doctor and we need to save him.
Can I, like, just briefly translate that for Rovan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ravon will hear this and go, ah, great ape escape. Okay.
Damn, that was on point.
Alright. At the end of your turn, Rovan, Alterum, the 12th Arbiter, is going to use the legendary action, and he's going to reel back, and he's going to take another massive swing on the ape. That is going to hit. Another as the ape buckles. You see spit uncontrollably fly out of its mouth.
Come on, Doctor! I know you have better than that!
My friends, as we come to the end of our round, that is where we're going to take our break. Hey guys,
Hooray!
you just activated the side mission for this floor. How do you feel?
That we're in extreme danger.
You'll be fine.
With our
Oh.
hands. Sometimes our feet.
Oh, really, Tart? We're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna DM you something. We'll see how fine we are.
Alrighty, friends. We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hello. We return. Alrighty, friends. Let's get back into it. Let me go ahead and find some music. We'll go back with what we were using. Alrighty. Back at the top of the round, we come to Cedric, who is only able to get to that spot there. Fortunately, he wasn't within range of Rovan. I did forget he had that. I'm gonna save that, methinks. I think Cedric is going to, against his better judgment, he is going to start taking shots at Alterum himself, the real one. So, first one gets advantage. Yeah. 28. Now, of course, you know, Mr. Man over here, big and bad, does have a deflect missiles reaction. He's going to do that, but he's only going to get to do it with the first one. So, let's see. Cedric, what damage do you? 12? Okay. Let's see. Why did I roll a d20? Hold on. So I need this plus that many. He is going to reduce it to 0. He's going to send it back at Cedric. And he's going to nat 1.
Wow.
As he just grabs it, and then the force of him trying to spin it around and send it back, it actually breaks in his hand, and he goes, huh. But Cedric has 3 more. 13 will not hit, but the 29 and the 22 will. Can't stop him forever. A total of 17 damage. That'll be Cedric's turn. We come back up to Lily. Lily, there's a whole guy in front of you.
I'm gonna whack that whole guy in front of me.
Whack that whole guy in front of you. Do it, King.
23.
23 will hit.
For 20 radiant.
That'll do it. Oh, I'm sorry. 20 damage, not 20 hit. My bad.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
And that's another 15.
Okay.
And last one. 28.
28 will hit.
With
Ooh,
21
ouch.
radiant.
Spicy. Your damage seems to be amounting. He is still standing, but you're noticing that the form before you is beginning to dissipate. Like it's having trouble holding together at this point. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. It is going to make an attack back at you. Where is my... There it is. Never mind. We're moving on. That was a 2 on the die. We're gonna go to Flit.
I'm gonna envelop this guy.
Yeah, you are. Hey, so what does that do for him? Or do
He
to
needs
him?
to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. What is the effect?
If I on a failure, he takes damage, he is grappled and restrained.
Understood.
If he succeeds, he takes the damage, I think. Oh no, he's just pushed out of my space.
Okay. What was the save again? Strength save?
Strength save, yes.
That's a 21.
He very much passes.
Okay. He will get schmooved over to the spot here. As he, seeing you coming, seeing your liquidated form, he makes a bit of a sidestep tries to put that distance between you and him again.
Fortunately, that is my turn, but I'm going to start making my way closer to the 12th Arbiter's main body.
Doing that takes your action?
Yeah, it's technically an AoE, which is why it takes my action.
Oh. Understood. Okay. So that is your turn?
That is my turn.
Understood. Alrighty. At the end of your turn, it is going to make a attack at you. That is a 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be... Oh, damn it. I picked it up to look at what the dice was, and I dropped it. So now I got to re-roll it. That is 14 bludgeoning damage. And
Understood.
no additional effect because it is not his turn.
I'm assuming that these are magical, as these are magical dudes.
Yes. Sure
Understood.
are. That's going to bring us to Alabastrum, who is not a fan of this guy attacking Diana, but unfortunately cannot actively... You are fine. I believe.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. He cannot actively get to the guy in red, so he's going to fly over and he's going to go for the guy in blue. Alabastrum is going to... I believe that was 20 feet, actually. Oh, it sure was. So, hit him with a claw attack. 22 will hit. 11 slashing, and he needs to make a strength save. He is going to pass. He's not knocked prone, which is means that we come to the end of Alabastrum's turn. At the end of Alabastrum's turn, oh wait, no, he's already done it, so he can't. Great. We come up to Alterum proper, who just going to look at something here real quick.
I am keeping tabs on his HP, by the way.
I am as well, so don't worry
Okay,
about
good.
it. He's going to hold on to that for a moment. And he's going to continue his onslaught of the good doctor. Oh! That is 2 natural 20s. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Well, let us go ahead and roll those. On the bright side, there's no additional effect to these attacks. However, they hit like trucks. Okay.
However, oof, ow, my bones.
Oof, owie, his bones. His gorilla bones. I need my calculator. A whopping even from the 2 attacks combined, a whopping 50 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
As he just begins to reel back and just lay into the doctor. On his last one, he's going to do combo finisher again. Target must make a DC 20 strength saving throw. Great. So, let me see. Where's our good boy? There he is. Oh! He just fails with a 19. So he is knocked backwards again. And Flit, as you are coming up on him, Lily, you would begin to see this too, though a bit harder because there's a guy between you and him. You're seeing this almost like aura kind of beginning to come over him, and there is this, almost similarly to Dr. Weaver's mask, there's like this almost sort of like steam or residue beginning to seep out from between the plates in his armor. That is going to be him. And with that, we come to the boys, the goons. Larry, Curly, and Mo. Let's start with Lily. This one, do not like you, Lily. Lily, that is going to be 27 to hit on the first.
That'll hit.
You're going to take... I'm going to reroll that. I was cocked as all balls. Wow. Cool. You're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage, and I need a strength save from you.
25.
Okay. The first strike is seemingly almost this glancing blow. It doesn't do a lot of damage until you notice that he specifically is targeting to knock your weapon out of your hand. You manage to hold on to it though. Second one. That is not going to hit. That's 16. That though is a natural 1. Let's roll some severity. Lily! How about you go ahead and make an attack back on him, my friend?
Yay.
Yeah.
Ass. Beat his ass.
18.
18 matches.
Yay. 17 radiant.
On his first one, he brings his elbow down, tries to knock your weapon out of your hand. You hold onto it. You actually swap your dueling hand for a moment. On the second one, he goes high and tries to nearly take your head off. And it opens up this opportunity for you to actually drop low and bring your blade straight through his abdomen. And you watch as he fizzles, he dissipates, and he instead of disappearing, he actually almost like being pulled by a rope. His form distorts and jolts back into the body of Alterum, the real Alterum, who visibly staggers. I need to make a roll for him. Excellent! That motherfucker has to spend one of his legendary reactions to not be stunned.
Ooh.
As one of 3. And that is that guy's turn, because he's now no longer with us. We come up to... We'll go Blue Boy next. He's going to do 2 on Alabastrum, 2 on Flit. We'll start with Alabastrum first. Both of those are going to hit. Actually, I really should be doing these one at a time. It's fine. Total of... Total 26 to Alabastrum. And then Alabastrum needs to make 2 dex saves. Passes the first. Does not pass the second. Alabastrum on the second attack is knocked prone. He's then going to come at you, Flit. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
You're going to take 10 bludgeoning damage, and I need a dex save.
Is this to avoid being knocked prone?
It is, which I don't think that affects you, does it?
Correct.
Great.
I ain't got legs.
Yes. You're Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
God damn.
Okay.
Nat 20 on the God save.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright. Second attack on you. That is a 19 exactly.
That will hit.
10 bludgeoning damage, and this time I need a con save.
This first one is for the effect.
Yes.
25.
Okay, you passed.
And this one is for concentration.
Great. Alrighty. That's going to be him. Red Boy has two targets in front of them. One of them is currently disabled, so he's going to start raining down hits on you, Corey. Corey, that is a 25 to hit, which I know hits.
Yep.
You're going to take 8 bludgeoning, and I need a dex save.
Died.
He quickly dips down and sweeps the leg and knocks you prone. I do just realize how, what was the damage I gave you?
8.
8? You're gonna take 4. Diana's gonna take the other 4. And then he's gonna, because you're now prone, he's gonna keep swinging on you. 20 to hit, no, that hits. Natural 20 on the second, or the third, I guess. And then a 25 on the third. Sorry, friend, you're about to take quite a bit.
Yep.
But, yeah, resistance to these. Thank your wife. Okay, so I'm gonna do these one at a time. First one is 7, half to 3. Second is 9, reduced to 4. And then the crit, I'm doing the crit last. The crit is 12 down to 6. As he does the, as he knocks you down and starts doing the, what's it fucking called? Oh, the Wing Chun thing where he starts just rapidly just beating on your chest. And you just feel your breath just leave your lungs with each strike. But aside from that, you are relatively fine. End of their turn comes around. His dodge goes down, and Diana is no longer stunned. And hey, Corey, it's your turn.
I'd like to try to return the beating I just got.
Okay. I assume you were going to get off the floor first.
Yeah, so half my movement to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And then beat him down, hopefully. Minus 20 for 30.
You shoot back up to your feet and hit him with a massive uppercut. Go ahead and roll your damage.
18 bludgeoning.
Damn! You nearly knock him off his feet. Okay. And still got 2 more. 3 if you decide to flurry of blows.
I would like to.
Okay. 21 will hit.
25.
25 will hit.
16.
16 will not hit, unfortunately. Damn.
12 and 13 bludgeoning.
Okay. 25. As you nearly knock him off his feet with the second one, you bring your other hand around and you hit him in the side with the second punch, and then bring your first hand back for a hook across the jaw. And you go for one more strike coming the other way across the jaw, but it's that one that he clocks and is able to put his arm up and block it. But you definitely got some good swings in there.
Good turn.
Okay. End of your turn, he is going to use the dodge. He's going to take the dodge action again. We're going to go to Corvin. Joe, my friend, you are muted.
Joe is dead.
He's dead. Joe? Oh. Joe's net died. Ah! We will
So, how's everyone doing?
we will give him a moment. Anyone keeping up with WrestleMania? To date us again?
Not a bit.
I check social media every now and again just to see the things going on.
Ah. Joe has provided directions.
Turn was going to be throwing a magic missile and patch at the main guy and vicious mockery on red. Perfect. Okay. Let me pull up Corvin's sheet for this then. Where is this Corvin? I am so thankful that he typed this out before he died.
Post-mortem ass whooping.
Alrighty. So let's do... Where is it? Here we go. Magic Missile to Alterum, the Prime Alterum, who is going to take all of that. And then Vicious Mock to Red Boy. Who is going to fail. Excellent. Okay. That's going to bring us to Diana, who is going to back up. Boyo uses his reaction to take the dodge action, so Diana is in no danger here. And then Diana is going to look to... I think she's also going to start targeting Alterum Prime. She's going to do a good old guiding bolt. Not great damage. Well, actually, that was okay. For base level. 23 is going to hit for 11 damage, and he is now glowing. It'll be Diana. We come back to Gorilla. So welcome back, Jake. Jake? Joe. You are not Jake.
I was gonna say I'm the other Hoosier with the J name.
Gorilla. It's gonna come over. 2 swings with the fists. Well, the first is a miss, but the second is a natural 20. Seemingly distracted by 1, the magic missile, and 2, the sudden conjoining of him and one of his duplicates. He seems unsteady on his feet for a moment and is going to take a big ol' whackus from Monkey Boy over here, Monkey Man, King Kong. He's about to hit him with 6 D10. Oh boy. Okay. 8, 16, 19, 22, 30, 34 plus 6, and even 40 damage from the crit from Dr. Weaver. Excellent. At this time, while Alterum seems to bring his hands up and defend himself against the blow, his legs visibly give out as he buckles down onto the ground from the massive strike on him. Oh, wait! I just remembered. The first one should have advantage. Hold on, let's see if we can get a second hit in here. No, unfortunately. Well, actually, hold on. Wait. Maybe, hold on. Ooh. With advantage, he actually meets on the first one.
Let's go.
Meaning, uh, 14 plus 6, so another 20 damage. Damn. Okay. Excellent. End of Monkey's turn. Alterum is going to use his legendary actions. He's going to use 2 of them. He's going to use his Flash Step ability. He is going to pop up further down the hallway. He normally gets to attack with this, but this attack is not ranged, and he is using this to get away at this moment. So that will be that. We're going to come to Rovan.
Dicky, cheeky. Don't like the fact that we're dealing with a bunch of crap. Would like to try flanking blue.
Okay.
And getting rid of it as quickly as possible.
Okay. You do get advantage.
Alright, Raikiri, and this will be two-handed. $29.
29 will hit.
Alright. 20 slashing, 8 lightning, 1 radiant.
Okay. So 29 total. Excellent.
Second attack. 32.
32. That will hit, as you can imagine.
13 slashing, 7 lightning, 6 radiant.
So 26. Excellent.
26, 29.
Is that your turn?
That is everything I can do at this current junction.
Okay. Come back up to the top of the round. Go to Cedric. Cedric is going to come on down here. He is going to assist you, Corey.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, Homeboy is currently taking the dodge action, but first one is counteracted with the advantage. I'm debating on giving him advantage anyway, because this guy is over half of his available spaces surrounding him all have opponents in it. I'm gonna say Cedric gets advantage on this. On all of these attacks, meaning that they will all be just normal.
Yay.
27, 21, natural 1 will handle that in a second. 9 damage, 13 damage, so 24. No, 22. Then severity for Cedric. Okay, that is just going to be a miss. One more for Cedric. 23 will hit. For 16. Okay. This one is looking pretty haggard like the last one. He's already burned his reaction. Great. So we go straight to Lily then.
Okay. So which god? I was trying to do 1,000 things at once. Fighting with trying to figure out where the fuck my pizza's at.
Your Zaw?
I just want my Zaw, man.
You want your Zaw?
I ate it.
Which
Actually,
one's the biggest
I
threat
ate it.
right now, I guess.
I too ate the pizza.
We all ate the pizza. It was real good. So, Homeboy, the real Homeboy, is down here by the door. The other ones are the duplicates, which are over here to your left.
Okay, Lily's gonna take off and try to reach Real Boy. And Lily do a stabby.
Okay.
$28.
28 will hit.
18 radiant.
18, okay.
21.
21 will hit.
And that is 16 radiant.
Okay.
28.
28 will hit.
And that is 18 more.
18 more. Solid old 52. Damn. Okay. You move with a unfamiliar speed for this opponent, it would seem, as he He's trying his best to keep up, but you are just ever so slightly outpacing him, and your damage is beginning to build up. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Great. Second. End of your turn, he is going to burn his last legendary reaction, and he is going to make an attack on you, Lily. That is a... That's well above a 30 to hit. I know that's going to hit you. Lily, you are going to take... You're going to take 14 bludgeoning damage as he reels back into you, hitting you straight in the gut, and it feels like you've been hit by a truck.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna bring us to Flint.
I'm gonna start by moving here. Do I get op attacked?
You don't. Hold on. You don't, because he's already burned his reaction.
Hey there.
He's...
Actually, hold up. I got a better idea.
Okay.
I'm only going to move to here, but instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold out my, like, watery arms, and they're going to bubble and boil before they become a jet of steam that produces heat towards him as I'm flavoring a water elemental casting produce flame.
You're casting... You're doing Scald, I understand.
Yes, I'm doing Scald. I don't think that hits, though.
17 will not hit. This is the first time you've tried to do something like this as the water elemental, and you're starting to get that effect, but it doesn't quite have the effectiveness you are looking for, so it just kind of sputters out a little bit. It's hard to get the projectile force of a geyser while also using your ambient magics to boil it.
She will, she'll basically say, "Oh darn it," in Primordial, and then move to him.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Alabastrom. Just checking something here. Great, okay. Alabastrom is going to look to Blue Boy. He's going to take a bite. That is unfortunately not going to hit as Alabastrom sinks his teeth into the gauntlet of this creature. Though spectral it may be, it still seems to stop the blow just fine, the bite just fine. And we're going to get to this point, the layer actions. Alterum, the Prime Alterum, who is kind of staggered up on the wall against this door just now, he goes,
Ah, this is the challenge I was looking for. The challenge I asked for. Unfortunately for you, I am ace up my sleeve.
And almost in this moment of realization, the monkey behind you begins to call out to you and to Flit and Lily before there's suddenly a rumbling in the chamber. Lily and Flit.
Hi?
There is a suddenly immense, intense feeling of pressure as all of a sudden the door bursts open as a beam of concentrated light erupts from behind it. It completely melts the door. I need you. I need you both. I need the monkey and I need Alterum to all make me dexterity saving throws. Which, depending on how this goes, Alterum might not need to make one. Oh,
It's
no,
15.
Who again? I'm sorry.
This is Lily, Flit, Monkey, and Alterum.
Let me get Alterum.
Just a dex save?
Dex save.
20?
20.
That is 18 for the doctor.
18 for the doctor. The doctor and Lily pass.
Oh, wait! I get Lily's bonus!
You get Lily's bonus. Unfortunately, I think that... Well, does that make it an 18 or a 17?
What's the bonus?
It's based on my charisma, right?
Yes.
My charisma modifier is a 3 now.
You bumped it up!
Let's
That
go!
level up, I did bump my
You
charisma.
bumped it up to a +3, meaning the 17 that would have failed becomes an 18, which is what you need to pass. Okay. Okay. Well, goddamn.
Fuck yeah, level 20, baby.
Oh, 20, baby.
Let's go.
So, I need to do a little math here. As the door is incinerated, and as Alterum's form, which slouched up against the door, holding up his arm, or holding his shoulder with one arm, as he is encompassed in light, and in this very bright flash which takes up this entire corridor, there's a massive beam that you guys around the corner see erupt. Flit, Lily, and the good doctor, you are going to take 33 radiant damage, already halved. And Alterum, who even if he passed, only had 28 hit points, is immediately incinerated.
Fuck him.
Fuck him! Lily and Flit, as you both begin to kind of collect your bearings again from this intense, immense blast that completely took up this corridor, the door opens, or the door that was there, it is no longer, and you see inside this massive cannon looking somewhat very similar to the Hell Lance you guys saw in Zorn. There are 3 doctors in here who are seemingly shaking in their boots, terrified as to the events that just occurred. And just before it vanishes, there was a 4th orange facsimile of Alterum sat in the cockpit, who, with the death of Alterum, all the remaining facsimiles vanish. Not his brightest move, but he was aiming to go out with a bang, as he was very low on health.
Understood. It kind of happens when there's a lily in your face.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Flit.
Yes?
I do have an important question.
Hi.
Can I get that concentration roll?
Absolutely. The DC should be 16, I believe.
Yes.
It's a 31.
Polymorph holds. The good doctor sits there with a whole 21 hit points left to his name.
Haha!
There's now another moment of calm that overtakes this chamber now, much like what you guys had dealt with before. The rush of adrenaline begins to die down. The 3 scientists who were inside the chamber are quaking in their boots, having taken shelter from this intense blast that just occurred. What do you guys do?
Pop a health potion.
You certainly can. Now, Flit and Lily, you obviously are the most immediate ones that saw this happen. The rest of you saw the massive blast of light that took up the corridor, enveloping the doctor here in his giant ape form. You would have to round the corner, though, to see what occurred with your friends, who a couple of you saw go around the corner.
After seeing the blast and seeing the friends go around the corner, yeah, Corvin would definitely be moseying on over towards that area.
Yeah, hauling ass.
Gonna go 40 here.
Coming around the corner, anyone who chooses to, you would see a very similar scene with the door now to the south having been blasted open, completely incinerated. There is now a huge hole that actually not only cuts through the door, but cuts in through the door, the wall that framed the door around it. You see...
Drink a second one.
Okay. You see your friend Lily. You see your friend Flit. Both having been substantially nettled by this blast, but otherwise okay. The doctor, whose fur is now singed but still seems to be okay. And you do not see the 12th Arbiter. You see the ashes of where he likely was. And inside the chamber to the south, you see the 3 scientists absolutely terrified out of their minds.
Did he just evaporate himself? He says, just yelling down the hall.
Maybe?
What a loser! I'm kidding. He doesn't say that.
Lily would.
So, Flit's going to look and see all the scientists, and just going to hold up a hand, hey, we're not going to harm you. And then she's going to turn back to the doctor. And it's going to look on over to Corvin, who can understand her at this moment. The doctor was injured when I cast this spell. He might be in critical condition once it reverts. We need to act fast to restore him.
He'll translate that to Diana, and he just kind of looks towards Flit and says, I'm not going to lie to you. They'll probably know way more about it. Points towards the scientist. I don't know anything about mechanical engineering. I just monkey about. Looks back at the ape. No pun intended, because puns are for chumps.
One of the scientists cowering inside the room begins going through and starts frantically hitting a bunch of keys on what appears to be a keyboard, a panel of some sort. And you hear, Billy, you're looking at it. You see the smoking barrel of this large glowing gun. The lights begin to dim as it... There's a rotating chamber that spins very, very fast along the barrel that also seems to stop and come to a halt. And you see another one kind of begin to rush out. Dr. Weaver! Dr. Weaver, is Dr. Weaver okay?
Lily,
He's in critical Sorry,
Lily
you were
would
saying?
point to the big monkey.
Oh.
Well, he's looks to Flit polymorphed. I think something happened before we managed to get in. Would Lily have known the mask was broken?
You saw it happen.
Okay. His mask got broken. And we figured it was the best way to save him.
Then you bought him some time. Thank you. If the mask is broken, we'll have to scavenge up some parts to fix it. I believe he has another one laying around somewhere. And I'll call back down to the room. One of you, go further west. Retrieve one of the doctor's spare masks. Now!
Zumi, go! I will.
One of them will come up to... One of them will begin to run, but as you said, Corey, you are further along than he is. Him kind of popping around. I'll need the doctor's keys to get in. Likely in his chambers.
I wish I was Ravon so I could just remove this door.
I mean, you could certainly
Where'd that
try.
be?
You have to find the chamber, though.
Yeah, I was like, where? One at a time. Quick, we need them. Fuck, it's locked.
Hello there, Gordon.
Cedric will actually look to you, Corey. Oh, it's my boy. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm being handed a cat. Hi,
One.
Oats.
Oats.
Hi, Bubba's.
Baby.
As we take a moment for a cat break in these dire times. Everyone, make sure to love your cats.
Mine's in the bathroom.
Mine's currently trying to get away from me. There you go, Bubba. Goodbye. Okay. So, Cedric will turn to you, Corey, and he will hand you a potion of speed. You're the fastest. Get them to tell you where it is, and you can likely get there before anyone else.
Anyone know? She gets ready to pop the cork.
He is going to look to you, Corey. He's going to look at the potion in your hand. He is able to identify what kind of potion that is. It's way down. You'll need it. It's about... Oh, gosh. One of the farthest parts of the West Wing. It'll take you some time to get there, but that should at least help. You'll need the keys to get in, though. Only the doctor has those. The monkey is going to look to you.
I have to pickpocket the monkey.
The monkey is going
I was gonna say, I don't think he has the key.
The monkey is going to look to you, Flit, and is going to kind of make a gesture. Roll me an insight check.
I would comprehend language and spoke to monkey.
24.
With animals ready.
He
Sign language.
seems to be asking you to drop the spell.
Flip will nod. And then she's going to gesture to Corey to kind of come on over. You'll need to be fast. Once I drop this, he's got some time, but probably not much. Then,
She'll go ahead and chug the potion then.
Okay.
as
Potion of
she
speed.
does, I will drop Polymorph.
Okay. You drop polymorph. And immediately as the form begins to shrink down and return back to the human form of Dr. Carter Weaver, you immediately begin to hear the release of air as he now begins to clutch his face again, clutch at the mask that you can see from all sides. Air is beginning to... Corey, you and Flit, you both being up next to him, you can feel this intense... It's not cold, but it's almost like a tingle in the air, almost like frost that is underlying the air being released. Diana is going to come over and attend to him. And as he hits the ground, with one hand he's grasping at his mask, his rebreather, and with the other he reaches up, he reaches into his back pocket, and he hands you a simple brass key.
Furthest in the West Wing, she'll get a look just for a nod from him, not trying to get him to speak again.
Head west. Fifth door on the right.
Now zhuzhed up with a potion of speed, she will take off to the west.
Okay. Dashing with your potion of speed, what does that make your movement speed?
I don't know, what is the doubled?
So what is your current movement speed?
45.
45. So dashing gets you 90.
Yeah.
Potion of speed doubles it, meaning you get
180.
180. Okay. So it will take 2 rounds to get there to the door you're looking for. I'm kind of simplifying this a little bit based on the knowledge I know of where his chambers are. It'll take you 2 rounds to get there. It will take you an undetermined amount of time to find his rebreather based on Lily, I'm actually River, I'm actually talking to a mug when I do that.
Oh my god, that's even funnier.
Darkness Rises.
I couldn't
I was
I
guessing a
couldn't
can.
tell if
I
it
close,
was a
cup.
bowl, your hands, or like something round.
It's
I
a
knew
mug.
you were talking into something though.
It is my Santa Claus
Disgusting.
Indiana mug.
I love that.
Shout out to Jake who gave me that.
Shout out to Holiday World. Like, I'm not joking. That's actually where that a theme park is actually in Santa Claus, Indiana.
Correct. But
It's awesome. I love it.
it'll take you 2 rounds to get there. It'll obviously take you 2 rounds to get back. And then you'll have to make,
After we find it.
right. You'll have to make a series of checks when you get there to find and grab a rebreather for Dr. Weaver. In the meantime, it will be up to the rest of the group to find methods to keeping Dr. Weaver from keeling over.
Could Corvin like assist the scientists in making sure that like he's at least, I don't know, like whatever he has isn't actively, shutting down?
Yeah, hold on. Let me real quick. I want music. Need something more serious for this moment. This is not necessarily a battle, but this is for my battle music playlist. So, we start off. Corey, you are given the brass key. You have taken the potion of speed. You take
I'm
off down
told to
the
go
hall.
to the west and the 5th door on the right.
I'm going to, for the sake of this, I'm going to just put you here. But I'm not going to take you off the map because I don't have a map that goes that far.
Whee!
Dr. Weaver is going to
Whee!
start being attended to immediately by Diana and by the scientists here. Corvin, you come to rush to the aid of Dr. Weaver as well.
If it's okay, Flit would like to assist by casting Mending.
You know? Got some you motherfuckers at that spell.
It's not instantaneous, though.
It's not. It does take a minute to do.
But I'm hoping that repairing it even part of the way is going to help with his breath.
Are you remaining in your water elemental form for this?
I can.
It's up to you. I just wanted to be sure so I know whether or not to shrink your token.
Yeah, just go ahead and shrink me.
Okay. Flit, you start casting the mending spell, and you. I see you, punk. I thought you specifically would enjoy
You
that
did
line.
it!
You.
You what?
I thought you specifically would enjoy that line. You start casting the mending spell. The mask is very heavily damaged. It has been broken inwards. There are fractures, cracks. You feel the tingling of the pressurized air escaping out onto your fingers, and it's cold. It tingles. It's almost like your hand is falling asleep. You start glazing over some of the cracks, and it is going to help. It's not going to fix the mask completely, not before the time runs out, or not before it will take a minute to do so to get some of these breaks and the tears fixed. However, mending will not fix how absolutely caved in this mask is. You do see on some of these breaks there is blood beginning to seep out from inside the mask. That is specifically... What the fuck just happened? Hold on, I think my partner just accosted my cat.
Ugh.
Did you just shut the door on Oates and he ran into it? Oh,
hear
Bubba.
Click. And then a thunk. Like,
Yeah,
oh shit.
so Oates was running. Bun started to shut our bedroom door, and Oates ran face first into the door.
Mother, why you betray me?
Oates now has a concussion. He's fine. He's running again.
He just bounces off.
Yeah, truly. He's sturdy.
They're
But
like toddlers. They're sturdier than you think.
yes. But the actual wounds. My God. Can you fucking calm down? Bun now turned out our lights.
Kittens.
Bun, what the fuck? Why are you torturing us?
Bun is sabotaging me.
Bun, let us D&D. Bun, well, watch Apothecary Diaries later. Fuck off.
So, as Dr. Weaver is, his face is very obviously injured as there's blood seeping out from under this mask. That is what Diana is tending to. Diana is beginning to concentrate her healing magic into restoring his actual physical wounds. Corvin, what are you doing?
Oh god, that's a good question, Mega Man.
If you want, I can let the scientists do some stuff and see if that gives you a bit of insight into what you want to do.
Please and thank you.
Okay. The scientist comes up and he actually begins to take off the jacket of Dr. Weaver. Underneath the jacket, there is a large, almost like carapace style device that is latched to Dr. Weaver's back. It is made of this black iron, and you see that if anyone has anyone seen this is a comparison that I didn't think of until this exact moment. Has anyone here played Dead Space? You know how Isaac has like the back of his suit with the big ass like glowing tube down his spine to dictate his health? Here's an image to kind of show off what I'm referring to. Dr. Weaver has a carapace sort of mechanism on his back that has this vial or cord filled with similar glowing liquid that courses up and down his back. You can see Corvin as he takes the jacket off. There are cracks in this vessel as well, and this liquid inside is beginning to leak through these cracks.
Okay.
The scientist
Okay,
goes, Meridium is beginning to leak out.
Okay.
Corbin,
With what he knows about Meridium, would he know that if you like say if you like take some like cloth or whatever towards like the cracks, like it would like stop it for now or anything like that?
make me an
Or
Arcana
would it
check.
kind of just like seep through? Okay. Arcana. 28.
As far as you know, you've never heard of liquid meridium. It's always
Yeah.
been a physical solid, which immediately makes you think, oh, that's weird. But like the cracking of any pipe, taking some cloth or a firm bandage and applying pressure could possibly, at least for now, maybe not stop the leak, but at least slow it down.
Okay, yeah, that's what he'd do. He will take a let's see, what do I have here? No, I'm not gonna use that. That'd be crazy. No, sorry. I looked at. I was looking at my inventory and I saw that for some reason he still has the filter of the filter of love, and I'm like, that's stupid.
Mix up his chemicals real quick.
No, he'll just like grab some like. I also saw that he still had the hand warmers from the fucking mountain, and I was like, that's silly. Anyway, no, but he will definitely like grab some this like raggedy shirt from like this old costume that's probably been long since relevant, and he'll just kind of like patch up, not really patch, but just try and seal up what best he can.
Okay. Okay. Now, Ravon, I see you.
Yes.
What are you doing at this moment?
I am not really great at medical. And therefore, I don't believe I would be able to assist much within that. What I can do is offer my services through my aura.
Okay.
So, with the aura of protection, any saving throw this man makes, including death saves, he will be getting a +5 to.
That is actually very relevant. That, alongside the other efforts, that may have actually just solved the problem. I shit you not. So, what happens now? Alongside your group's efforts, he is essentially making death saves at this point. The assistance from the group adds +1 to his checks for these saves. And you just gave him an additional +5. Meaning, he now has +9 on his death saves.
So, literally, the only way he can fail this is a nat 1. That is
Do not
awesome.
say that.
The best part is that I can't
say that.
even say, like, oh yeah, fucking level 20 characters, am I right? No, this is something you get at level 6. Oh.
Surprise!
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's see. That one? No. That's his first death save. That is a pass. He's going... Now, this isn't the circumstance where 3 saves and he's fine. He has to keep rolling these until Corey gets back. So, that is round 1. Round 2, Corey, you make it to the door. You find the door in question, the door that Dr. Weaver pointed out. And all things considered, despite its initially more... What's the word I'm looking for? Ooh, I have forgotten the word I was going to say. We'll just say unique design. You...
Of course, the nerd doctor has the weird looking room.
Yeah. You slot the key into the door and you turn it, and there is the sound of a rather significant, perhaps the deadbolt that unlocks, and then there is the sound of a almost like a sensor or something has activated or been deactivated or something. And you burst into the room. We'll get to that in a second. Dr. Weaver is now going to make his second save with your group's efforts. If any of you wish to divert your current actions to doing something else to help, you're welcome to do so. But That's a
He
2
didn't
on
just
the
net
die, and he still passes.
Hey, let's go.
I mean, truly, like, what y'all are doing is great, but Rovan truly just broke the formula here.
Yeah, broken.
Hey, we're still not out of the woods yet.
No,
Some
you're
shit
not out
still
of the
happens.
woods yet. So, with that, you are keeping him stabilized. You are keeping him alive. Kore, third round. These rounds, by the way, are 6 seconds. This is standard initiative. Let me actually, real quick. So, round counter 121. We are now on 123. Corey, you burst into this room. You do see it is pretty minimalist. The walls are similar to the halls outside. The lights are in the chamber are pretty dull. There is a bed off to one side, pretty drab, admittedly. It looks like this room has the purpose of this is where I go to keep my stuff, and this is where I go to sleep. There's very minimal furniture in here. There's a bed up against the wall that actually seems like it's been built as part of the wall. Like you can't, like there's no bed frame. You can't pull it out, but there's like
And there's no like place for like an under like drawer to like pull out or anything like that.
correct.
Okay.
It is a slab with a mattress on it.
Got you.
There's a closet that's built into the wall on one side. There are some minor commodities, but this is not a home per se. This is a place you go and you sleep. This is not a home. But you see up on the wall there is almost like a portrait style, not a safe, but almost like a display case. I would like for you, as you get into this chamber, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Damn it! I would like to use my inspiration.
Roll your inspiration.
Soft 20?
Excellent. You quickly move for that display case, and the case itself, it takes up the majority of the back wall, and there are a number of things inside of it. There's a set of gloves, there's a wristwatch. A lot of these almost look like mementos. There is another cane in there that seems to be made of some sort of very old wood. And then you see up in the top left corner of this display case, there are 3 similar rebreathers as to what Dr. Weaver owns. You try to
Oh,
open
just-
the display case. It is locked.
Does the key she has work?
You immediately slot in the key, and much like before, and it seems to come unlocked. You're
Could you
able
grab
to-
2 just in case?
Absolutely. You reach in, you grab 2, you take off. That is round 3. Let's roll for Dr. Weaver. As an 18 on the die, you cycle back. Corey, you are running back. So this is round 4, so you aren't even halfway through your potion of speed yet. As 7 on the die for Dr. Weaver. He's still fine. Corey, we cycle back round 125. This is the point where you are able to get back to the group. Dr. Weaver has to make 1 more before you are able to start working with that new rebreather. And that's a 17 on the die. As you come up to Dr. Weaver, Corey,
Why am I picturing like a running, not tackle, but like a roll trying not to tackle him from the speed of just ah!
fucking take him out. Hit him with an RKO.
Ah, we saved your life, you owe us!
You reach him, and the scientist goes, "Oh, good, give it here."
Throws him one.
Okay. You pass him one, and very quickly, the scientist in question, he takes Dr. Weaver's face, and he takes both of his hands, and he finds some, like, pins in the side of the mask, and there is a distinct, like the sound of something unlatching, before the mask slowly begins to come off. But there is a distinct staunch of blood that begins to descend down from the mask as it is removed from his face. Dr. Weaver, the man, is not... He's not a conventionally attractive individual. Not at this moment. As you can see, bones on his face have been readjusted, likely from the damage of his mask. There are cuts and scrapes from where the materials of the mask dug into his skin. You can see his eyes are very, very sullen, like somebody who has lived way longer than they likely should have. His irises, or, right? Iris is the colored part of the eye, right?
Yes.
Yes. They're actually not a silver, but a very dull gray. Almost like someone who is blind, but that color doesn't set in the pupil like for someone who is blind. That cloudiness, it sits in the retina, or in the iris, not in the pupil. But on top of that, he also has these intense, extreme burns across his face that have likely been there for years and years and years, and have left these deep, impressionable scars across his cheeks, his gaunt cheeks, his taut skin, and likely is part of the result for his, or part of what resulted in his condition. Quickly, the scientist, tossing the old mask to the ground, takes the other and slots it in onto the rest of the sort of face piece that Dr. Weaver wears. And as soon as it slots in, there's a There you go, Dr. Weaver. Just breathe. You're okay now. He looks up to you, Cora. Thank you. You does not need to come back for me. In fact, you probably shouldn't have. And neither.
You're right.
Nevertheless.
What do you say about transferring your contract to Exalia Regalia and your team?
You know, it's funny you say that. I do believe I might have just lost my job.
Well,
The
believe
boss
it or
did blow
not, you
himself
have
up.
plenty of opportunities in us stereos.
Looks back at Giant Cannon. That was a really aggressive firing.
That is...
Doctor, please, catch your breath. The scientist says, that mechanism is what has been... excuse me, that was a stroke on my part. That device is a replication of something you've likely seen before, the Hell Lance. It's been our latest project working under the the assembly. Dr. Weaver was ordered by the 12th Arbiter to gather you all up before it, so that the 12th Arbiter could, well, you get where this is going. Dr. Weaver
That's a good thing we
is
did.
still catching. No, you're good. Dr. Weaver is still kind of catching his breath at this moment. What were you going to say, Corbin?
Well, it's a good thing that we hung back, as cautious as we have been so far.
Also very fortunate that we sped by when we had the chance. There was a vision of him when he was sitting in that chair the whole time, probably waiting for a shot in all of us.
Yeah, so when you didn't line up the way he wanted you to, he dismounted from the device and went to confront Dr. Weaver, though he left one of his facsimiles to, I guess, watch us. It was only convenient to him that you all came back to help Dr. Weaver. It wasn't long before the facsimile in there took up control of the device. But, Doctor, we need to get you out of here. We need to repair your we need to repair your suit, your carapace. In a minute. I owe you a debt. Another debt, excited regalia. I can't offer you much, but if you allow me, I can give you something that might help you on the lower levels.
Of course. We'd be honored to accept it.
He'll turn his back to the scientist. Alexander, and slots 2 before. Sir? It is all right. Do it. And with a bit of hesitation, the scientist begins to remove a small panel from the back of the carapace. One that is set adjacent to the rather large, rather large tube of apparently liquid meridium that is set across the spine. Inside this panel, there is a small latch. Upon pulling this latch, one of the segments of the fluid that courses through his back, the back of Dr. Weaver, it seems to seal itself off and detach. Underneath, there is a series of pins and latches that are likely meant to keep it in place, but the scientist takes it, removing it from the doctor before kind of holding it up. Dr. Weaver now seemingly breathing a bit harder. Do you know what this is? Addressing your group.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Nope.
This is... Go ahead.
I am so sorry. What was he presenting again?
The one of the a segmented part of the liquid meridium that seemingly helps him either breathe or
exist?
If I were to hazard a guess, I'd say liquid meridium, though I'm still unsure.
You would be correct. This is pure meridium, liquid meridium. It is a very difficult process to convert meridium out of its traditional solid form into that of a liquid. But with a lot of patience and hard work, it can be achieved. This is my lifeblood, I guess you could say. As some of you may know, meridium is very powerful as a component for magic. Take it. It might help you survive what is to come.
We'll reach out and procure it then.
You take this about soda can size vial of pure liquid meridium. Flit.
You sure? Sorry.
No, you're
I'll
good.
ask after.
Flit, go ahead and add that to your inventory. You can just call it pure liquid meridium.
Got it.
And I want you for the quantity to put a 9 there. The liquid meridium that has been granted to you, as you all know, meridium is a powerful component for magic, as the physical form of meridium can be used as a replacement for spell components. This, almost in a way, will act as a mana potion for your group. This one container has a collective of 9 spell levels to its name.
Ooh.
The jar has only one use, but upon being consumed by a caster amongst your group, can be used to regain up to a 9th level spell. It can regain up to 9 collective spell levels. That can be 9 first level spells, which obviously you don't have. It can be 2 3s and a 6, or that's not how math works. It can do a level 3 spell slot, a level 6 spell slot. It can do a level 9. It can do 3 level 3s. However you want to make it. But consuming the liquid meridium will restore up to 9 collective spell slots. Or spell levels, I should say.
That's a nice pickup.
It is a nice pickup.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna put a hand on his shoulder. Careful not to clap him on the shoulder like she normally would. They did just heal him. You sure?
I can see the good in your group. And like I said before, you seem to truly believe that you can stop what is being done here. More than that, it seems I now owe you my life. So yes, I am quite sure.
Alright, well, we gotta go beat your boss's boss.
Give her one for me.
And he's going to kind of begin to kind of slouch a little bit, seemingly now from the withdrawal of this extra meridium that seemingly is keeping him alive, the scientist behind him is going to kind of start to help him up to his feet. Easy, doctor.
Corey will too, but yeah.
We'll get you looked at. Thank you. Truly. You didn't need to come back and help him, and you did. Many of us down here, we owe our lives to Dr. Weaver. And more than that, a number of us owe our psyches as well.
From one nerd to another, you're welcome.
What are you guys
Just
think?
make sure once she gets up to the top, talk to Cassius Cormac and tell him that we sent you to him.
Zadric will also kind of speak up. I'll make sure somebody comes down to retrieve you. You have my gun too. Thank you. Both of you. All of you.
Yes, thank you, Auntie. Truly. Xavier Regala, you are either very foolish or very brave. I look forward to seeing what it is. Perhaps both. Regardless. This
I'm not sure. I was about to say a word, but I'm not actually sure it means what I think it means. No, it does not mean what I think it means.
This destitute man owes you quite a bit, I would say. This destitute man believes in you. More than that, I believe you will do something that very few can do. Have ever been able to do. That is real, true good. As for me, I'm going to go get looked at.
Stay safe.
Rest well.
With that, the scientist and Dr. Weaver will begin to start making their way down the corridor. The other one that was over here by you, Lily, will kind of begin to come over and assist. But as for the rest of your group, you have now been given this additional asset to your cause. You may, in this moment, if you wish, take a moment to heal your wounds. In fact, I think Diana will end this moment. Who is hurting? Alabastram's definitely hurting. Diana's hurting a little bit. Corey's hurting a little bit.
I'm also hurting a little bit.
Lily's also hurting a little bit.
I'm okay for right now.
Ravon? I don't think you took any damage during that, Ravon. Good talk.
Ravon is dead.
He is dead.
Who's going to tell the pun? Oh, shit. Internet issues, probably.
You good? Oh, you mean J Frost is having internet issues. I see. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Hello?
Hey.
It transferred.
My fucking net apparently decided to do a line of coke and OD'd.
Bro, did you know you were muted?
No, I had myself unmuted and I was trying to talk.
Oh,
Run
How-
everything by me again now because this is gonna be a long time.
No, you're good. The question was simply, how are you doing? I don't think you got.
Oh yeah, not even a single scratch on me.
Yeah.
So, pass over me, please.
Okay. Okay. So, my friends, would anyone pass up a passable mass cure wounds to the group?
Who would turn that down?
Diana's gonna go ahead and proc it. Mass cure wounds. So, Diana, Corey, Diana's gonna give this to herself this go around. Diana, Corey, then Alabasham's gonna get this as well. Who else is missing hit points? Because this is basically going to anyone who's hurt, because some folks are not hurt. I think this could basically go to everyone except for Rovan.
I am short 7 hit points, so you can skip me.
Yeah, so
With the heal, I'm up to like 120 something.
yeah, so Alabastrom, Cedric, Corvin, Corey, Lily, and she'll give the other batch of it to Cedric. So the only people not getting this are Flit and Rovan.
Sounds good.
That puts Cedric back up to full, actually. So, with that being said, anything else your group wants to handle here before you guys continue on your way?
I believe Cedric said he would get in contact with everyone else, so
Cedric is going to just send out a quick sending message to the closest teams to get someone to come down here and make sure that the scientists here are evacuated rather than
Understood.
treated as other members of the cult. This completion of this side mission has a bit of an unexpected effect where it doesn't help the immediate situation you guys are in, but will have an effect on what happens following the end of the game.
oh,
We'll get to that at another time.
Super secret stuff.
It is secret stuff for this moment. With that being said, your group gathers up one more time, and that would have been a round on its own, what just happened. Then it would have been another round to go through this bout of recovery and spending of spell slots. So, I'm doing just a little bit of calculation on my part. So then, 129 is when you guys would reach the door, I believe, moving back up north again. Go ahead and change your music. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I'm doing a lot of calculations on my end right now.
no worries.
worries. I will be right back. Actually, I think my wife is still asleep. She has to be at work in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Whoopsies.
No worries. I actually needed him for this next section, so I will wait for a moment for him to come back. Which I guess this gives me a moment to do a little bit of my calculations again. Okay, great.
All good?
Yeah, I'm just doing my calculations, making sure my stuff is accurate. Hi, Oats!
Oats.
I'm back.
Hello. Beating up my cat. He's on my desk. Okay, so as you guys make your way fully north again, I'm gonna actually take us back to just the world map for this, if that's cool with y'all. As you guys make it back up to the northernmost part of this wing, back up to the door that you saw before, Corvin, you with the pendant that was given to you by Asha, you quickly look over this door and see that there's no traditional like keyhole or a slot to put the medallion in. But as you kind of hold it up, there is a almost like magnetic sort of pull that you feel like this attraction between the door and what you are holding.
I am so sorry. So the like the amulet in his hand is just like getting pulled towards the door itself.
It's not quite physically being pulled, but there is this like there is a almost like attraction between the two, almost like a beckoning. The door wants this medallion, but it's not necessarily like pulling it towards it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. He will cautiously like approach the door with the net, like kind of like extending the talon itself, and kind of like beckoning Rovan to kind of follow him.
And
Mostly to make sure like he doesn't get,
doesn't get ganked.
I was gonna say jettisoned towards, but my stutter just is driving me up a fucking wall tonight.
This is actually you're actually about to be ejected Among Us style.
Oh.
Pod bay doors opening. But as you inch closer and closer to the door with the medallion you hold, you feel the pressure, the attraction, the aura from this object you're holding. It increases, it escalates until you get mere inches from the door where there is a almost like sense of release. You see this almost like minute pulse within the crystallized blood of the medallion itself. And as that pulse happens, you hear the seemingly unlocking of this door in front of you.
Am I able? So it unlocks it. So there's like, is it opening or is that?
It doesn't seem to
is that
open on
separate?
on its own, but it seems that it is now able to be opened without resistance.
All right. I'd like to take the talon back if that's possible.
Absolutely. You you kind of bring the talon a bit closer to yourself. Do you open the door?
Looks at his weak little arms. Asks like Cedric or Ravon or anybody else to do it. Big
What is
door
your strength
that
score,
has-
Corbin?
that-
It's an 8, correct?
Yeah, -1.
Okay, understood. Who would like to take the lead on this? Ravon, perhaps?
You need help?
Jeez, I don't. This thing looks like it weighs about, I don't know, 3 of me. And that's being generous.
Sir, how much does this thing look like it weighs?
More than Corvin can move.
Ballpark estimate. Less than 750
It is-
pounds?
Yes, but it is a rather significantly sized iron door.
Okay.
Do you
I'll
open
lift
the
it.
door, Ravon?
Yeah.
You don't, for the record, you don't need to lift it. It opens up like a door.
I'm lifting the doorward vertically.
Ragging it open.
It actually doesn't open outwards, it opens upwards. Like a hatch.
It's just.
Yeah. Oh, didn't expect that.
Level 4
Oh.
key card identified.
Correct. You,
Oh, it's a garage.
Ravon, you expect this door to be pretty absurdly heavy given its make, but as you go to open it, there is no resistance. I mean, like, it's not even heavy to open. It feels light. It feels like the way it's moving, almost like it's made out of this very light plastic, and how easily openable it is. How easy it is to open.
Imagine if. He's gonna look up at that and go. But how easy it is to open and close? Imagine if you made food storage with this.
Why was that where you went with that?
My mind
Just
drifts to a lot of
imagining-
food.
I'm just imagining a cheese votes right now just to suppress the possible trauma.
No, I mean just like tiny little box container.
Oh.
As you open the door, Ravon, the rest of you do notice that Ravon is an absurdly strong individual, but even then, the make of the store must have been pretty deceiving. Maybe it's some sort of enchantment or something on the door, but even as you follow behind Ravon, moving the door takes no effort.
I almost find this a little ominous.
Oh, extremely.
Sitting now before you, as you guys open this door, a huge, about 10-foot wide, domed like a tunnel stairwell that just goes down and down and down. The lights that you see that line the walls, the meridium, descends down the stairwell, giving it this ambient, dull blue glow. The 5th floor of the labyrinth awaits you all. Do you all continue?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It takes, admittedly, a little bit of time to descend down the stairwell. It is lengthy. is easily probably about 200 feet in length going diagonal. It is significant. You're going more than just the traditional, like, level to level downwards. You are going multitudes. And as you guys continue on down, as this pressure slowly begins to build up inside of your group, it's almost like weights very slowly but methodically being placed upon your shoulders as you continue further and further down. And this is for each and every one of you. It doesn't feel malicious. It doesn't feel hindering, but it is distinct. As you guys begin to approach the bottom of the stairwell, you begin to hear two voices. Both of them you recognize. The first being that of one Lucian Silverback. The other being that of Marissa Eberhardt. Lucian, it seems like as you guys are continuing down, you're coming up on a conversation already in progress. Lucian begins. And Oz. Gone. Along with the stillborn. Okay. So what now? I've lost most of my arbiters. Our forces are losing, and unless I've miscounted, you and I are the only Talons left. We wait. Wait. I mean, if you prefer, we can leave, go somewhere warm, change our names and faces, live happily ever after. There's a minute pause. You're not serious. Of course I'm not serious, Lucian. But with the stillborn gone, the Meridian Union is the only remaining feasible option. Everything depends on her finishing that ritual. Another short pause. And then... And then... losing people won't matter. Oh shit. Don't make it sound so appetizing. Well, you know, that is what I do. You aren't backing out on me, right? There's another pause. A bit longer than before. Never. Good. Then get ready. I think I hear our uninvited guests. And that, my friends, as you descend down into the deepest levels of the labyrinth, that is where we are going to end for tonight. Hey gamers.
Next session.
Hey gamers. It's fucking time.
Hooray!
I see.
It is time for Corvin's vindication.
Oh god, don't give me a fucking feast.
Y'all got a week to
After I ate
strategize.
so much.
But my friends, thank you all for joining us tonight. We got to get on out of here. Look at that, right at 11 o'clock. Perfect. Let's go ahead
Perfection.
and send it on around the table. We got to get some folks out of here. Let's start with Punk for tonight. Or we'll start with River.
That's me.
Rib.
You can find me over at twitch.tv/WickedRiver97. I'm only doing things when I feel like I have spoons. And right now my spoons are 2 stone to spoon. So,
Yes.
Shrug?
Yes, of course.
don't know when I'm streaming next. I'll figure it out though. Punk, are you alive?
Yeah.
There's Punk. Punk, you go.
Who's also celebrating the He is Risen Day.
We Jesus.
Jesus.
Hallelujah. Sometimes I stream. I'm trying. Trying to go back to school though. But when I do, it's on Twitch at Punkyard Dog. I'm socially mediated out usually, but that's also usually on Red Note, otherwise known as Xiaohong Shu, Blue Sky, and sometimes Instagram and TikTok. J Frost.
Hello.
Yeah, go,
Twitch.
Dad.
Boogie, woogie,
Okay.
woogie, woogie. Hi. Twitch, Twitter, JFrost747. Find me here every Sunday. Find me here also every other Tuesday. Find me on Saturdays. Sometimes over at twitch.tv/RunUpOn. I got a lot of responsibilities now.
Sponsorability.
Sponsorability. I gotta research more dad jokes. So many dad jokes.
A good dad joke never, like, sometimes takes a minute, and then it becomes apparent.
Yeah. They can be annoying, they can even cut to the bone, but I find them quite humorous. Yeah, that's enough for me. CG, please take over before I die.
Hi, I can't talk very well, even though I talked a lot this session. Jay Frost did all the shilling for me. I passed the buck. I don't think Joe went.
Joe's not gone.
Fuck. Hi, I'm Joe. Sorry, I gotta double check something. I forgot to fucking do my due diligence. You can go ahead and find me here, obviously. You can go ahead and catch up on YouTube at youtube.com/fartingtart, or just look up Farting Tart on your YouTube search engines. A lot of neat VODs are going to be coming up, especially a Gears of War VOD coming up soon. You can also find me on twitch.tv/DigiGuardUnited for it was made official. I am one of the co-commentators on the Tamer Battle League Overdrive show. What does that mean? Well, definitely come around the digital gate and figure out what that means. Let's just say these fucking GMs have done something. No influence from me, by the way. No influence by me. This is all their own decision. They wanted kayfabe it. I had nothing to do with this. It just happens. Anyway, I believe that means Tort.
Hello, my friends. Can I let y'all in on a little secret? My players, my Jay Frost, who has unfortunately already left for the evening. Hey, friends. Aside from our epilogue, reasonably, we probably only have about 5 sessions of this game left.
Oh my god.
What? We have that less?
That is a reasonable, educated guess. It may deviate a little bit, but yeah, roughly about 5 sessions left.
Good lord.
Not including the epilogue, of course, which I will need to talk to y'all in the near future regarding the epilogue, but that will become a bit more relevant as we start going through these last few sessions. But yeah, we started this game in July of 2020, my friends. Going on almost 5 years. So, been a hell of a ride.
That is insane.
Been a hell of a ride. And I'm excited to finish this out with y'all. With that being said, hello, my friends. My name is Farting Tart. I've been your host and GM for the evening, your humble Dumble Master. And boy, oh boy. I am tired. I did a lot this weekend. I traveled for a little bit, and then I came back and I immediately got back to work. All the while, I've still been very mildly recovering from the ickly sicklies. But yeah, the next time you will see me will be Tuesday in it on Jake's channel for Legacy of the Doge Breakers. And then I gotta kind of figure out what else is going on this week. But the other big thing is that we should maybe possibly, depending on a rate of progress, we might be finishing up Gears 5 this week with the boys. I don't know for sure. But chat, Johnny and I have picked out our next guests for the Dogcast, and all that remains now is scheduling a day for that. So be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, we gotta get on out of here. Let's go ahead and see who's live. Tiki is playing Repo.
I'm always down for a raid on Tiki.
Yeah, I
Call
haven't
him
raided
nerd.
Tiki in a little bit. I feel like this would be a good time to do so. I just played Repo for the first time.
Yeah? How'd you like it?
It's pretty fun. It's silly. All right, my
I
friends.
feel like...
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're saying.
Well, I was gonna wrap up. So if you had a thing to say, do it now.
I feel like Repo it's amazing, but it also like just makes people think, what's the most heinous and unhinged shit I can do in this particular moment?
I feel like Repo is if you took Lethal Company and mixed it with the Muppets.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
But
I got it. I've yet to play it. I want to.
same. Honestly, same.
But my friends, thank you all for joining us tonight. We will be back next week with another episode of Exilia Regalia. Thank you all for joining us. You are do not forget. It's been a minute since I did this. It's been like it's been 2 weeks. But my friends, remember, as always, Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. You are loved. You are valid. And most importantly, if no one's told you today, you fucking matter. We'll see you all next time, next week. And I love you. Bye-bye.
Later.
Thank you, bud.
Bye.